and welcome to I'm Not a Fan Unless I Have a Podcast. I'm John Hanford, and today's episode, it was recorded on the same day that KG and the Live in San Francisco 2016 albums just dropped. I picked up a copy of both. I picked up 2 copies of the KG. Got the Brain Splatter US exclusive and the Let It Mellow yellow color variant from Flightless. I had my stuff ready to go at 6 past the hour. It was in my cart and everything, and then tried to pay, and Blue Denim was sold out, so had to go with the Let It Mellow, which is fine. I'm sure the same quality. But in any case, I got the Brain Splatter from whatever the U.S. company was, I forget, so I'm kind of all over the place. I'm also recording this intro same day. So, this is just a very chaotic period because it's just so much Giz at once. And, it would have been nice to have, I guess, a little more cohesive episode. Ideally, that's what you shoot for. But this one is admittedly all over the fucking place. Still a blast, but very much different speed from how this podcast usually goes. So it's we also have our first European guest from mainland Europe. I don't know words, but anyway, so we got Jakub. He's from the Czech Republic. He does a whole bunch of cool art shit with like visual arts by staging scenes that interest him, or whatever comes to him from like a Giz song. He'll stage that with Legos, and it's just the coolest shit. Also, he's made like a few. He's done like some other digital visual art that he'll show later in this episode. But like many artists and like me, his mind bounces around quite a bit, and I'm here for that. That is what makes me feel at home. So anyway, this is very, very a very, very ADHD episode, and we also both got stoned for it because dudes in Europe. I've never had a European guest. It's fun. What am I gonna do? Not smoke with him? Come on. So we did the thing. We bounced all over the place. This was a very long session. Perhaps you should be stoned for it yourself. So I think that's a pretty apt intro for this. Anyway, from the Czech Republic, here is Jakub.
Here's the thing. This is the first time I'm using Zoom, and for a long time using iPads.
Oh yeah.
Because I had to borrow my mom's iPad because on my phone I can't run Zoom, and on my computer the quality of the webcam is so bad. I think that even the old video clips that the one cousin Eddie in the TV studio where Eric dropped the drum, right? It has worse quality than that. It's bad. And the computer is like from 2017 or something like that.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm using a computer from 2010, and like this thing's barely holding together. But anyway, the iPad works. I'm glad we finally got the audio connected, and I'm thrilled that you can join me. You're the first mainland European guest I've had. So welcome to the podcast, and thanks for helping me cross off another continent.
Well, thanks for having me here. I'm very excited for this.
Hell yeah!
Because I got both booze and a little bit of the smokies.
Oh man, you got the Pilsner Urquell. I love that stuff. I mean like
the weed. I mean,
oh yeah. But like what you're drinking, like.
That's Pilsner.
Yeah.
Pilsner.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that specific brand is a type of beer that, like we have a family friend who's from Hungary, and that's where, and that's his favorite type of beer. So, from the time I turned 18, we were always drinking it at his place. So it has special meaning to me.
Oh yeah, fun fact. This is a Czech soft drink.
Oh yeah,
Kofola. Kofola. It's basically Coke, but better.
I believe it. You guys tend to have better quality stuff over there. I absolutely love it in Europe. I really wish I could go back and, I mean, if not for all my friends in the U.S., I wish I could just live in Europe. It's
well, that's great here. You should visit. You should visit Europe at least for another tour or something.
Oh yeah. I went to Amsterdam a couple of years ago, and then also spent a day in Belgium. I just love it. Yeah. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I got lots of things to talk about too. I got on my notes. I have like a page full of them.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a long one, I hope.
Sweet. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Well, so first of all, today, like I got up really early in the morning because it was midnight Australian Eastern time, which is 6 a.m. my time. So I had to wake up early, and I snagged 2 copies of 2 different pressings of KG, and one of the Live in San Francisco. I'm so excited for all of this to happen. Where's your head at?
I ordered the digital albums because I don't have a gramophone, stuff like that. The only reason I would buy a vinyl is just for the looks, right? I was planning on, I want to buy a Murder of the Universe, a vinyl, even though I don't have a gramophone, just because it's my favorite album, right? And I just put it on my wall, and every time I go to sleep, I see my photos and Murder of the Universe. What else is there to wish for, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the other thing to wish for would be a record player. But no, because I actually started my vinyl collection much in the same way. Like I would just buy vinyls that of bands or artists that meant a lot to me, and then I would try to get them autographed because they display great. You can put them up in a frame and put it on your wall, and it looks really cool. And then finally my parents decided to give me their old record player, so I was like, all right, I guess I'll start listening to it again, and now I'm hooked because the listening experience on a record player is just I don't know. There's like a whole other dimension to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a time we had a record player. I mean, I call it gramophone because that's the thing we used to, right?
Yeah.
So we had an old one, and it was like a classic 1930s one, right? It looked like from it. It worked like and with that we got like a couple of records, like some folk music, stuff like that. And it played a bit for a little bit, and then it just gave up. So we just threw it away.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. We still have the vinyls, though. We still have the folk vinyls.
I mean,
so if you want something for your collection, give me a call, and I might send you some.
I mean, that'll be some pretty expensive shipping from the Czech Republic. But yeah, I mean, what was that?
Especially now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's.
You were saying. Sorry for that.
Oh no, it's all good. But
yeah, I have this habit of. Sorry.
I do too. It's always confusing over Zoom, like
Yes.
It's
also the fact I'm stoned probably affects that too.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Well, it'll definitely affect your perception of how bad it might be. But the reality is, I think Zoom, the recording will pick up everything. We just can't hear each other all the time in real time. So it's
so because of the connection.
Yeah. It's just
and
something we
because
got to work through.
you are literally at the other side of the earth to me, and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. Like just being able to get like my bed is right there, and it's crazy to just be able to get up and move over to another part of the room and then talk to somebody that's halfway across the earth. It's it's cool and it's fun, and especially when it's Giz related. So you mentioned you got the digital downloads for the new albums.
Yes.
So you just got that on pre-order, or did they somehow release it?
I got that on pre-order, and when they come out, I should get an email.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. So you just bought it at the same time everybody's pre-ordering the vinyls to be a part of the experience. Yeah, I get that.
Of course.
Yeah. It's been such a crazy year for me as a Giz fan, just because I've never been one to like purchase music from Bandcamp before. Like doing the digital downloads.
No. They put the digital pre-order on the site too.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
But it's also on Bandcamp. I ordered it through the site.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I guess it's kind of the same thing. But it's it's been so cool. Like because I guess a month ago when they came out with the demos and the live in Asheville, I bought that, and and then they also like included a T-shirt in the bundle. So that should be coming sometime next month. Oh yeah. It is pretty crazy. It's hard to justify the shipping cost for a T-shirt, because I think I spent like, I think for me it was like $50, which I'm guessing, I don't know what the exchange rate is in euros.
Yeah.
But
I know how much it is.
It's a lot. For just a shirt and a download, but it seemed like it was for a good cause because it's Giz. Anyway, I'm just kind of scrambled up here just because this morning ordering all the vinyl and everything, and then trying to catch a couple more hours of sleep before this.
Do that while you have homeschool.
Oh well, I'm out of school now. I'm 30.
I'm still in school, so yeah. I woke up. You know what woke me up? The Microsoft Teams ringtone woke me up, and it was math. It was math. So imagine the feeling that is waking up to a math class and then talking to some guy at the other side of the earth about Giz.
Yeah, definitely a hell of a day. You're getting a lot done. It sounds productive. Well, you mentioned you got that whole page of notes. I have no idea where we should start this.
All right.
What's on your mind?
My mind. Let's talk about automation. Why not?
Let's do it. That just came out, and this is the first episode I've recorded that since it came out. So, yeah, I loved it. In short, what was your take on it?
Well, I think I have to talk about the album in general if I have to describe my feelings towards it.
Yeah.
Right? Because in my opinion, this album, at least visually, looks heavily contrast based, right? With on the cover you have yellow and blue, like from the flying microtonal banana. Mm-hmm. It's the same pattern, and then you notice on the feel of the album cover, of the covers of the singles, you notice that Honey is more of an orangey tone. Same with Some of Us. Then Stars in the Wind came out, and it's all bluish and stuff like that. Automation, same thing.
Yeah.
And note that in the clip of Stars, it transitions to this orangey thing of Some of Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that this album is heavily based on the contrast. My previous theory before the Settlers came out was that the first part, the blue part, would be the A side, and then the orange thing, like starting with Some of Us and blah, blah, would be the B side, which isn't, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was surprised by that feeling.
Yeah.
I literally think of this just yesterday. So
I mean, it's funny that's what struck you, because in a different way of, like, because basically I came to the same idea. I think a couple episodes ago when I was talking, with my guy Ricky, we were talking about, the contrast between Straws in the Wind to Some of Us, and just like this whole idea of them exploring the yin and yang concept, just like everything must have, a balancing energy, basically. And it seems that, like you said, with Straws in the Wind going into Some of Us, maybe each track is going to play off of the previous one and basically just do like this constant flip-flopping of ideas or vibes or all of the above. It's definitely, I think this album is like a more advanced version of Polygon Land in a way, just because that one was kind of a hard concept to wrap your head around initially, and but eventually we all got it.
In the flying microtonal style.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's merging all of the...
The first song, KGLW, will be the Rattlesnake 2.0. I'm crossing my fingers for that one, folks.
I hope so. I mean, well, if it really were Rattlesnake 2.0, though, just playing devil's advocate here, they would have had a video for it, right? I mean,
it's kids. They can do anything by now.
Okay, you're right. I guess they could come out with a video later, but I mean, who knows what it's going to be, though? Because like that's such a, I mean, because I saw the track list this morning and saw that the first track is KGLW, and I'm just like, what the hell could that possibly be? Like, but once again, they're probably going to outdo themselves, and we'll just have to find out what it is on November 20th. So
yep. Oh. When I saw it, I was thinking of the chorus, King Gizzard, King Gizzard, King Gizzard. Just like this. I was thinking more of like Organ Farmer mixed with the river.
Holy shit! No matter what the context, Organ Farmer mixed with the river. That is just such a brutal mashup. Of their songs. Oh my God. Because like you say that and it sounds ridiculous, but at the same time, at this point, it might not be,
Also, now you mention it, like a month ago, I had this idea going through my head of what if their last album would be Head on Pill, but an album.
My God!
No, it would not be a remake. No, you listen to Live in Adeline, or
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's Adelaide.
They end with Head on Pill, and they mix like other songs like All To Be and all that. And I was thinking of that, but with new songs.
I mean,
and then mixing two, and then it'd be Infinite, of course.
I mean, so basically, you're saying like basically merge Nonagon Infinity with Head on Pill, turn that into its own album with new tracks. And I mean, the thing is that could very well happen, but it just sounds so like it almost sounds cliche in a way. Just because like Head on Pill. What was that?
Classic stoner talk.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I am kind of tempted just to get on your level and just turn this podcast episode into like a 2-hour stoner talk about Giz. Fuck it. Give me a second.
Well, if you say so. I feel it's like that one moment in I feel like Elon Musk right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm talking to Elon Musk. You know, I mean, just like it's. Well, actually, I guess Elon Musk is American. It just sounds like he's from Europe, like just with that name.
South Africa.
Oh, is he South African? That makes even
Yeah.
more sense then. They've got a lot of weird names down there.
My parents would be pissed. I should like ventilate more.
I mean, I've been trying to cut back as well, but you know, when in this, like the expression is when in Rome, but I guess in this case it's when in Czech Republic, or you know, on Zoom. By the way, nice. What is that? A robe or a cardigan or something?
That's a bathrobe.
Bathrobe, yeah. It seems very Ambrose-like.
Yeah, and a Zelda T-shirt.
Oh, nice.
I'm also a
Zelda fan, so yeah.
Hell yeah. But wild times. This is going to be a pretty crazy episode. I hope everybody is properly stoned for this while they're watching or listening. You know, like hit that Joey bong and let's do this thing.
I was watching this one time a movie, and literally at the start of the movie there was a talking joint telling the audience, if you won't be stoned doing this movie, it's like going to a 3D movie without 3D glasses.
Yeah.
The movie is directed and starring Snoop Dogg, by the way. It's called Matt and Devin Go to High School or something like that. It's a pretty bad movie.
I'm sure it is.
Again, I watched it sober.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are a lot of. I mean, I do enjoy a lot of things sober. I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise, but I mean, there are those movies that you can tell while you're sober, like this is just so bad, but it would probably be okay stoned. But yeah. Oh, nice background.
Yeah, and you know what that is?
No, I would not be able to.
That's the cover of Greenhouse Heat Death.
Oh, so wait, did they release that as a single?
Yes. Also, they released Beginner's Luck and Last Oasis.
Yeah, you know, so that's so I guess jumping around here, we're just gonna get right back to Gumboot.
I'm bad with this. I'm bad with these stuff. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Like I've got ADD out the ass. Like we're all over the place here, and I think a lot of listeners are too. So with Gumboot, like the singles from that, the first one I heard was Last Oasis, even though that was released like 2 days before the album dropped. I was completely unaware of the previous two singles, you know, Greenhouse Heat Death and Beginner's Luck, because I had just gotten into Giz about a month before Gumboot was released. So I was still trying to process Polygon Dwanaland and Flying Microtonal Banana as my first two, you know, Giz albums before I discovered Gumboot. But yeah, that's cool. Greenhouse is a fucking great song. I mean, and I can only imagine with those singles leading up to the release of Gumboot, you must have had like no idea what was coming.
I wasn't listening to Giz back then.
Oh, were you not? Wait, so how did you discover the single?
It was actually from my brother. He recommended me Murder of the Universe, which I like listened to for like 2 years. Then I was like, all right, let's hear what these guys have more. I was like kind of skeptic, right? Then I listened to Rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Then I downloaded. Then I got Flying Microtonal Banana, and a second album I got with that was Gumboot, actually.
Wow. So I mean, those are 3 very different albums, and I can only imagine going from Murder of the Universe and then trying out Rattlesnake. Just what else do these guys got? What was your first reaction to hearing Rattlesnake?
Wait, all right, that's a good question. Let me think. It was like kind of surprised, but like in a weird expected way. Like when I listened to Murder of the Universe, I was like, all right, so I am doubting that this band has some like 2-3 albums of like another passages, voice pack of this woman. What is she saying? Right, in a different way, right? Then I listened to Rattlesnake and I was like, yeah, seems like it seems like them. So yeah, it was a good song. It was great. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, because I'll be honest, like the first time I heard Rattlesnake, and probably for the first year of listening to Giz, with Flying Microtonal Banana being my favorite record, I could not stand Rattlesnake. I mean, I could literally stand it because I would insist on listening to the album start to finish, but to me, it was just such a ridiculous, silly, annoying song. I was just like, they're clearly doing this as a joke or something. But then, like, I saw them play it live. I saw them like 8 months after I first heard of them, and they played Rattlesnake live, and I was like, okay, this is a really fun song. But everybody around me is just like, this is the best song. I was just like, no, it's not. It's not even close. But I will say it has grown on me tremendously, because like I think it's like the song isn't a complete joke, and it's also not a really bad song either. Like it's just really interesting and sort of hypnotic, like it just puts me into like this trance when I listen to it, and I like it for that, for that purpose.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I swear I'm not too high. I just have no idea how to transition into the next thing.
My favorite song. I got a perfect segue to this. My favorite song from Flying Microtonal Banana, it is Billy Bong, but on the second play it is Anoxia, because it's a great song. And speaking of which, it just so happens that right before this podcast, I did some Lego photography, and let's just say that it's based on a Giz song.
Yeah, I saw you post that in the group. Yes. Just yeah.
And which was it? I forgot. Which song was it?
Anoxia. Yeah, yeah, dude. It's yeah. I mean, so Billabong Valley. First of all, have you ever seen Giz live?
No, I've only listened to live recordings, to the live albums and fan records.
Cool, yeah. Well, I mean, so they're incredible, but it was from seeing them live the first time that I got a whole new appreciation for Billabong Valley and Anoxia. They played both those songs my first time seeing them, and there's just such a different vibe, when you actually see it, as opposed to just listening.
Yeah. When the Anoxia thing, my favorite version is the live version from Paris, so that might be a thing that might influence that. Same with Billabong.
Yeah.
Well, I can't, but I think the Adeline version is probably better. But on the Paris, there does come a little kid to hug them, though.
Yeah. Oh, that was the sweetest moment.
It was wholesome 1 million. I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah.
I mean, it was such like that's just such a crazy thing to have happen in the middle of a show, like, because like they're in the zone, they're playing live, and like they're just like full of adrenaline. It's like, how the hell do you just decide all of a sudden to stop that so you can welcome a kid onto the stage and give him a hug and you know, let him hug like everybody. I mean, that was just that was like the coolest moment. And it really showed like how, I mean, just these guys like playing on stage is complete second nature for them.
And it shows the appreciation for them and how thankful they are to be there and to play there too.
Yeah. And, you know, I will say that, I mean, Paris had so many amazing moments, but I find that album hard to listen to just because of like the girl who you hear shouting out like rattlesnake, and she sounds really mean about it, and I didn't like that tone.
I know. I also know that I think in Brussels, or in one of them at the Mass for the Rich section, there's a guy screaming or something like that. I know it's in Mass for the Rich, but I don't know in which live version it is. But it's also super annoying.
Oh yeah, I'll have to listen for it. That might have also been Paris though.
But maybe I might be mistaken for that. I don't know.
Yeah, I just remember like there were a bunch of people shouting Rattlesnake in Paris, and they did a whole microtonal suite and didn't play Rattlesnake, and I was like, yes. But that's, I admit that's kind of a shitty thing to wish, but at the same time, it's just like, it's annoying.
At least they play Nuclear Fusion.
Yeah. Oh, and Joey.
When you had Nuclear Fusion.
God, I mean,
can I do my impression of Nuclear Fusion right now?
Yeah. Nuclear Fusion. I don't know. I can't really do it.
Nuclear Fusion.
This is the clip that's going to be clipped to Instagram, by the way. That was a moment.
I still don't have your Instagram though, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just GizFanPod. Yeah, the actual name of this podcast is way too long to make it into an Instagram handle. But God, that was fun. But yeah, so do you like I was kind of shocked that they dropped both the Live in San Francisco album and the new KG at the same time. I thought they could have spaced it out a little bit.
Yeah. Now you mention it, I think the San Francisco would have been a great summer release, in my opinion. Like in the middle of like July, like there, it looks kind of summerish, I would say.
Yeah. I totally agree with that, because like this entire summer I was just jonesing for the newest, like I just needed more Giz, and like I was hoping for a new album, but honestly, and I had no idea they were making this Live in San Francisco 2016. But had I known that, it would have made so much sense for the summer, because like like a lot of us were getting depressed. We needed it. What the fuck? But either way, I'm just glad that it's out, or that it's coming out, because like, have you listened to the Evil Death Roll in full?
Not yet. I did not.
Oh, yeah.
The slides of that one.
Yeah, because because like Evil Death Roll, that's obviously a great song, but I didn't realize how amazing it was until I saw it played live, and like I know I keep saying that about all these different songs, but it's just such a.
It's everyone says that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And especially because
my dad, my brother, they all say live is the best, and frankly, it is.
Yeah. Well, so like what bands what bands are your dad into?
Rock, punk, metal, stuff like that. And I'm not of a genre guy, more of a band guy, right?
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite bands is Giz. Then there's this avant-garde group called The Residents, and then this 80s rock band called Quiet Riot. And all three are completely different things.
Yeah. Quiet Riot was a surprise. I was not expecting that. I haven't listened to them in God, like I don't think since high school. Like yeah, I remember we were listening to that. What's that?
And you're like 30, right?
Yeah. So that was like 15 years ago. And
I'm 20.
fucking A. Yeah, well, it's, honestly, 30 is this is like the most fun age. Because like now I get to be like, I guess, an elder to a lot of people. Especially in like the in the Gizzverse. There are a lot of, like I would say most people are probably in their, early 20s, mid 20s or so. So it is kind of fun to be on like the older end of the spectrum, unless I'm completely off base. That's possible. But yeah, I don't know. 30's fun. It's kind of like your 20s, except you're not as insecure. It's so that's a fun feeling.
And no more school.
Right? Yeah. It's like now it's entirely on me to make decisions.
Like after the tutorial phase, it's like Act 2 of the RPG. It's like the after Midgard section in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's kind of like, whereas your late 20s, you're like your mid 20s, late 20s, it's kind of hectic. That's kind of like Murder of the Universe. Your 30s are basically Polygon Land. So I like to look at it that way. And then, who knows what the 40s are like? Maybe that's what Infest the Rat's Nest is, but I hope not. In any case, yeah. Let's go back to the notes. What else? What else do we got?
All right.
I like that you made a rundown for this. You're producing this show better than I am.
Yeah. Let me first check if by this we talked about something. Oh yeah. While we were talking about the live things, there like a few weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, my friend had this like a little festival, like a family festival where a family friend would go there and like chill, right? And there was this jamming session, right? And there were like a bass, drums, and a microphone, stuff like. And they were needing a singer, so they asked me if I know some songs. So I came there. The rhythm was like something like that. I got into the rhythm and I was like, outlaws under than stolen. Then I somehow transitioned it into celloplane. Somehow.
Nice.
So from Billy Bong to celloplane.
I mean, that's an interesting one. So did the guys in the band know the songs?
No. So it was improv. It was improv.
So totally improv. Oh, okay, yeah. Right. It's a jam session. Yeah. So I mean, were they able to pick it up though?
No. I was more picking up on them because it was like I could not even sing the whole thing. I did like Mad Dog Morgan. I have to translate from the beginning. So yeah, the rhythm was quite bad. Plus, there were little kids playing too.
Oh man! So, well, I mean, that just sounds like a good time.
It was a hell of a time.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, so I wanted to talk about see, like your origin, getting into Giz. Like you said, your brother showed you Murder of the Universe, and that you were just hooked on that for like however long. So when was that? And then, where did you go from there?
Well, it started in high school, right? I was 2 years in one high school on a major, right? Doesn't matter. Then I said that was bullshit, so I switched to a different major, which is photography, right? So I'm now there for a third year, right? So like during the first year of the first high school, my brother showed me Murder of the Universe. He said like, I got this from a friend, listen to this. Well, then yeah, I liked it. Or first of all, I was like kind of doubtful. I was like, is this some of your weird bands I don't like? I was like, no, just listen to it. You will like it. And he was like, yeah, it's quite good. And then he told me they will be in Berlin soon. Do you want to? Should we go there? Oh, and I was no.
Oh God, that must kill you. Oh man.
So then I was hooked on Murder of the Universe for like 2 years or so, and then I listened to Flying Microtonal Banana, then Gumboot, and then I decided to you know what, fuck it, let's get the whole discography, right? So I got the full discography, and then I kind of listened to them at random, right? I wasn't paying much attention. I was like going through them, and then I would listen to them properly like some other time. Mm-hmm. And the first one was Polygon Wonderland.
Yeah, Poly was my first album, and that was
so Polygon was my fourth.
Yeah.
Then Polygon.
Yeah, well, I mean, so because Polygon Wonderland, that was a completely different sound from anything that they had done previously. You know, how did you like how quickly were you hooked on that one, or did you get hooked?
I did not get hooked that much, but yeah, it sounded quite differently. I'm not a music guy, by the way, right? So I don't know the terminology, stuff like that, but yeah, it sounds kind of weird, kind of odd. So it's good. Crumbling Castle is the best. So I put it on aside, and then I listened to Not Gone, and yeah, so I got hooked on that one a lot.
Yeah.
Now imagine you are stoned, listening to Not Gone, and playing GTA 5 and killing and just rampaging there.
I mean, that's an interesting one. I don't usually associate King Giz with gang violence, but if you had to, Polygon Wonderland would be a pretty fun place to do it. Just shoot up some fucking dinosaurs. Have a drive-by shooting of a T-Rex and a Brontosaurus. Fuck them. That sounds like a good time. But I don't know. I think like having all those guns with you would make your weary feet even. They would get weary even quicker in the deserted dunes. So that might get annoying. But yeah. So I gotta ask, what was your opinion of 12 Bar? Have you been able to get into 12 Bar Brews?
Sam Cherry's Last Shot is the best song on the album, by the way. Yeah, it's good. It's good. 7 out of 10. It's a good. That's 7 fair. Out of 10.
Yeah, I enjoy the album a lot. Like I like listening to it now, but my first 2 or 3 years listening to Giz, I could not get into it.
Wilbur Beach is like 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, Willoughby's Beach. That one is. Yeah, I love that album. Like Blacktooth, I think is one of their best songs. It's just so simple and just fun. Like the entire album all the way through.
It's like a Michael Bay movie. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, like very. I guess if Michael Bay had to make like a punk rock record, sure. Yeah, I like that.
You were talking about 12 Bar Brews. I was interested in what you were saying about that.
Yeah, because like.
Oh, wait. I have in my notes albums ranked. So.
Let's get right into that then. Yeah, I like that.
So So we said So 12 bar blues is like 7 out of 10, right?
Mhm.
Will be is 8.5. All right. Well, you were saying about 12 bar.
Yeah. I mean, like it just took me a while to get into it because like I've never really, I guess before that I hadn't really been into, like garage psych or like, punk rock really. So it was just a different speed, and it didn't really like it was way less technical than their, newer stuff, which I liked a lot, since, that's what got me into them. But yeah, but going back into 12 bar now, it's like I appreciate it because it shows, where they come from, and I like seeing the evolution, in any artist. Like that shit just fascinates me.
Yeah. So
where do you have it ranked?
12 bar. Now Eyes Like the Sky. What do you in your opinion that one?
I mean, I love it. The whole thing, it's just fascinating because it's got that like surf rock twang, that I've always loved that sound. I mean, so that one I would put it in my personal top 5. I mean, I would give that a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Eyes Like the Sky is a great fun album. Now watch me being super critical while we were ranking this.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
No. That's just me doing it. I'm just like that, right? But yeah. Eyes Like the Sky is a great album. I love it. Right then, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that I'm not much of a talker guy, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fascinating because, like, it was Ambrose's dad who wrote the story and did the narration and everything, and like I just love how they pull from all of their resources.
The atmosphere and the story and the actual story of it is a great too. It's about a kid who is clan got killed and stuff like that, raised from the outlaw, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's a great story. I like it. I love it. That's a good 9. Yeah, fuck it, 9 out of 9. 9.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love that style of of guitar. Like it's just like, I know you're not a music guy, but it's just there's just that I guess, like you said, the atmosphere that it creates. Like it makes it easy to visualize the scenery and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I would love for them to make more of that. Even if it's just an instrumental album.
Sequels are needed.
Yeah. Okay. So you would. So we're on the list of. Where on the rankings does Eyes Like the Sky rank for you?
Oh yeah, I said 9.
9. So 9 out of 15. Or okay. So we're just doing. So are we
first out of 10 and then rank?
Oh, okay. I see. I got it. Yeah.
So like there will be 2 9 who go against them, stuff like that.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So now Float Along. That's a great high album.
I mean, it's a great sober one too, but yes, it is amazing high. You know what I've actually found with Float Along, Fill Your Lungs is if you play the album in reverse, so like you start with the last track and then go backwards, it's arguably a better song order. So like on Spotify, I created a playlist that's called Fill Your Lungs, Float Along, where you can just listen to it, starting with Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, then into I think Pop My Step was the second to last.
Oh yeah. Now we mentioned this. We didn't mention the best songs of the albums.
Oh well, I mean, with Eyes Like the Sky, I honestly don't know which song is which, because like I just listened to the whole thing
so
as if it is just one song.
The first one, right?
Yeah. Right, with 12 bar here, I'm going to pull up Spotify. so I can.
I have them all saved. I
Yeah.
don't trust Spotify.
Well, let's see. We got. Where's 12? There's 12 Bar. Okay, so I'm like my favorite song off 12 Bar is High Hopes Low. I just really like all that, what that song's about, basically them just poking fun at all these people, telling them to keep their hopes low so they're not disappointed when their band doesn't work out. So it's like that's a relatable message, and also it's just a really fun, like upbeat song,
My favorite one is honestly Sam Cherry.
Yeah, I mean, because that one basically bleeds right into Eyes Like the Sky.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Also, I like the atmosphere and stuff. It's basically compact Eyes Like the Sky. Basically that. And the story of it is so good, I even adapted it.
But yeah. Well, let's.
No, Will Beach.
Yeah, Willoughby's Beach. That one. I mean,
How do you pronounce it again?
Willoughby's Beach.
Oh, Willoughby's Beast.
Or yeah, Beach. But I mean, I would say like Willoughby's. Well, actually, I think the song Willoughby's Beach is probably my favorite from that record, because like you have Danger Money, Blacktooth. I said was my favorite before. I mean, they just have so many fun ass songs on that. Like it's just a whole party,
My favorite one is Danger Money, because it's a simple song. It's literally a simple song. Everyone can. It's like one of those songs everyone can sing, right?
Yeah.
And I have no idea why they don't play it. Like even the Asheville dude, Danger Money. No.
Yeah. I mean, that's one that I feel like they'll probably. I hope they break it out at the marathon shows next year. Which yeah. I imagine you're probably not flying to the States to.
I'm not. It's how expensive it is, and I am, and I'm basically still, and I'm a broke ass student.
Yeah, no, I get it completely. I hopefully they make it into another live album.
I hope they will play in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they. Have they not played the Czech Republic before?
They did not. They only did Berlin.
Okay, yeah. I think they did another. I want to say they did a more extensive European tour like 2 years ago.
But then again, they never went to Czech Republic.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn. So with the Float Along, what was your favorite song on that?
I mean, Head on Pill is that's the song that I mean, there are so many songs on that album that I love equally. Head on Pill is my favorite, but then basically the rest of them are all equal. I think 30 Past 7 is really underrated. God Is Calling Me Back Home is a great one. I mean, like the whole album, Pop My Step, Let Me Mend the Past. I mean, those are like Float Along Fill Your Lungs is a top 5 record for me. From them, like it just flows so seamlessly, even though they're very individual songs. Like they don't bleed into each other. But they just have a really. But the way they ordered the songs on that album was just done really well.
So your score for Float Along while we are here?
Yeah, I mean that one I would give it a 9 out of 10.
All right, 9 out of 10. And favorite one, I would say I would gonna get All.
Yeah, right? I mean that's just one that you have to listen to all the way through.
And interesting you say. My opinion is actually kind of opposite, because I love Float Along too, but I have a favorite song, and that's Mystery Jack.
Yeah.
Mystery Jack is a loner, and I can people, and that's super relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it simple. I'm not a writer. I don't want to be.
Fuck yeah. I mean that's really cool. And
lots of details.
Yeah, well, with Mystery Jack, that the thing that I love, because like that's another song that I love, you know, equally as much as any other song on that record, is just how they use the jingle bells. You know, so like it sounds like a Christmas song basically. Like it's just such a fun. It's just got a really fun vibe to it, and yeah, that's another one that I wish they would play. I wish they would play that album live more. You know, because like
I wish they would play all albums equally.
Yeah, that would really be ideal. But I guess that's
because I'm getting pretty tired of all the live albums starting with something from Infest.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that was bound to happen. You know.
Yeah, it's the new albums. It's the latest album.
Like it just came out like just when their tour started, so it was. Yeah, but I do think they'll go back. They'll go back to starting with other songs to start their sets from here on out. Unless they release an album just before they go on tour.
Well, I can imagine starting a live album with something like Some of Us.
God, that would be insane.
But I don't know if they will keep Evil Star though. I think they will keep Evil Star.
I wouldn't be surprised. So Evil Star, that was a really interesting thing to me, just is how they decided to do that. Because like it really set the tone and built the excitement just when they were, like before the show starts, the house lights go down, you just hear the sound come on, it's like, what the fuck? And then, and then they come out like at the end of it, and it's really cool.
Right.
I wonder if they're going to do, if they'll do like another intro track.
I think they're gonna use the other ones that are in Chunky Shrapnel, like Amnesis or Quarantine. I think they're gonna use those probably because there are those atmospheric build-up songs.
Yeah. Oh, I really like that. That man. I mean I don't necessarily think that they will do that, but if they did, I wouldn't be surprised either. Like, and that's just a really cool idea. I've never considered that. That's far out. I like it. Okay. So where are we ranking? So Float Along, Fill Your Lungs. That got a 9 out of 10.
That's a 9. That's a 9.
Yeah. And
I think it will be better if we both put a equal score. So like to get over the arguments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oddments.
Ooh, Oddments. That one is just.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a big pile of fun. I would get, but like if we're being critical, I would say Oddments is probably like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I can see that. Even though I have no idea why people have problem with Oddments. But yeah, I can see that. So, yeah. I
mean, just compared to the rest of them, it's like, I mean, there's some amazing songs, but it doesn't really flow the same way.
I don't know about you, but Vegemite is super annoying to me.
Oh, I love Vegemite. I understand why it's annoying, but at the same time, I just love what they do with the the way that they mic the drums. And there are just a bunch of cool effects, and it's just a sweet, happy song.
Well, the whole album it's a nice, wholesome fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Yeah. I mean, that entire thing is great, and I would say that it has my favorite album art.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, that is just such a genius piece of work from Galea.
He's an amazing artist in general.
Yeah, I mean, amazing artist. From what I hear, he's a really amazing dude, and I don't know. It's like all of these. It's I'm getting to the point where I want to stop trying to wrap my head around the genius of King Gizzard, because they're all geniuses, and it's really hard just to to keep up, you know?
The most impressive thing about Jason, in my opinion, is how diverse he is, right?
Yeah.
And he can mismatch art styles, art platforms, stuff like that. That's awesome.
I mean, I think that's something that they all love to do, is just challenge themselves, you know?
That's what they do. That's what they're good at. So let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
So, favorite songs on Ottomans?
I think Work This Time is, I mean, that's right up there. Homeless Man and Adidas as well. And, I mean, It's Got Old, Stressin'. Yeah, pretty much all the songs on that album with lyrics I really like. You know,
Yeah.
the instrumental ones aren't, they don't really do it for me, but it's just, I like them because they're weird.
I'm more of a Hot Wax guy.
I mean, Hot Wax is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have Hot Wax, and I'm gonna give you Work This Time then, because that was the first time you say. All right. So I'm in your Mind Fuzz.
All right. That one, I mean, that's the best album I think to start with for most people. I think that's pretty much a consensus. But yeah, my favorite track off of that would probably have to be honestly,
I'm gonna go with the whole suit. I'm gonna go with the whole medley. So it's
yeah,
that's
I mean,
I'm gonna go with.
That's fair. For me, I would have to say it's Empty. The song right after the suite ends, after the medley. That one, it's so underrated to me that I just love the simplicity of it, and yeah, it's just got like this kind of Led Zeppelin vibe to it that I like. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's a hot take, because like Am I in Heaven is another great one. The whole Mind Fuzz suite is great. It's awesome. But as a standalone song, I like Empty the best.
All right. Yeah. This background actually is my remixed version of the Mind Fuzz cover. Like,
oh, that's cool.
I sometimes do art on my phones. This weird mismatch, but I post on the group like automation. That's odd. I don't know. I don't put it anywhere because I use literally things from my gallery. So it could be anything, like some random people. So yeah, I don't want to offend anyone's privacy. I'm a nice guy. That's what private accounts are for.
Right. Damn straight. I mean, I love that concept of basically like remixing, an album cover like that. That's pretty wild, because even though I mean, like it kind of looks like you added some elements of like the Rat's Nest album cover to the Mind Fuzz.
No, it's actually.
But I realized, like, yeah. I realized
actually,
like that's all Mind Fuzz.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's I took a random picture on the bus, right, on my way home, right, and then I mix it with, and I do these sorts of mixes with other pictures within pictures, then with other random picture. Then I put the Mind Fuzz cover, and yeah, then I turn it into that.
Nice. Yeah, I fucking love it.
I do it, and I don't do it with just album cover. I just do it with random images in general. But
nice.
Just album covers are a good. I'm a big fan of album covers. Long story short.
Well, yeah, I mean that makes sense why you're such a fan of Giz, because every single cover that they have is just, I mean, Infest the Rat's Nest I think was probably the least imaginative, but still it's a great one.
What's your favorite album cover then?
Oh, I mean, I think Oddments is my favorite. But I mean, like I like the artistry of Oddments. I think Sketches Brunswick East holds together nicely. You know, I'm just looking through them right now, and I mean, they're all so great. I love Paper Mache Dream Balloons.
My favorite one is Murder of the Universe. Like I said, I would want to have it like framed somewhere.
Yeah, Murder of the Universe to me, it's a little abstract, which
I like.
Yeah, makes sense. I like it too. I have an appreciation for it. I just like I generally like brighter colors, you know, but obviously for that album, you don't need bright colors. Like,
so, hey, we should probably get going on the album. Right?
Yeah. Let's get back to that.
Yeah, so I'm in your mind first. Let's give it a 9. Fuck
yeah.
It. Chorus. River, it's great. It's good.
The river is great. Gun, the rhythm is great. And Lonely Steel Sheet Flyer is great. I don't really care for Infinite Rise.
I like Infinite Rise. What the fuck?
I think it's like I like what they're doing with it. It's just it's just not really my speed. I think like the you know, the Infinite Rising, whatever that instrument is, it gets a little annoying. So.
Yeah, I can see that though. But yeah, I would personally give Quarters, I don't know. I would put it in the same way as Ottomans as a 7.5 for me at least.
I mean, yeah, I would give it an 8.
Right. So,
but So I would say it tops Oddments, but
yeah. So now Paper Mache.
That is.
I haven't listened to this one much.
Oh man, I spent like 2 months listening to it nonstop. That album is it's such a good acoustic album. I mean, like I would say I would say that's an 8.5 or a 9.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you because I won't say anything because I obviously did not listen to it.
Yeah.
All right, so Nanigan Infinity. All right, that's a good one.
I mean that one's a masterpiece. That is a 10 out of 10 album.
Of course, that's a definite 10.
Yeah.
And I would personally go with Everything on the best as the best song because it technically is a song.
Right. I mean, just the whole thing. It flows so nicely. They do change it up. With a couple different songs. A lot of it is very much the same speed, but then they mix it up with like Mr. Beat, Invisible Face, and Wah Wah, and like that's such a cool, like just changing it up like that. Flowing through it.
Mr. Beat is underrated. Mr. Beat is kind of underrated for me.
Yeah,
I like it, but I don't see that. I feel like people don't like it. I don't know why.
Because on the album it's because like it is a little more boring than than like Evil Death Roll or something. But like when they play Mr. Beat live, everybody's into it because it's like, oh yeah, wait, this is actually a groove. So it's and sometimes you don't always get that from a record. But I would say so Donegan, that's a 10 out of 10. And while we're on the topic of 10 out of 10 records, I would have to say Polygon Dwanaland.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Yeah, fuck it. Oh yeah. By the way, what's your favorite song on Paper Mache?
Time Equals Fate. It's one of the most simple songs on the album, but it's one that Cookie wrote. And it just has
that on the last one, right? Yeah, I did a bit of research, obviously, before coming in.
Oh hell yeah! Thanks, man. I mean, yeah, like when I was talking with Abby, that was obviously her favorite song on that record too. I mean, it's just got such a great message to it, and I mean, I just like the simplicity of it. But yeah, I mean, there's some really amazing other songs on that album. But I mean, So yeah, time equals face. My favorite.
Oh yeah,
favorite
yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should take a break from ranking albums because it gets a bit tiresome.
Well, I mean, honestly, I was kind of curious when this was going to end because, because like there is no bad Giz record. I love them all equally.
Here's the thing.
Or I mean, that's not true. But
this is like the one more game moment, like one last.
Yeah,
I'm that type of person who's determined, right? So when I say one last game, I mean it, and it is my last game.
Well, that's good. It's good to keep yourself from getting addicted to shit. But yeah. In any case,
what do you want to talk about?
Shit, man. Well, so they came out with the demos.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to listen to those?
Yes, it's great. It's great.
So my favorite part of the demos is Dirt, because
it says it's like a different song, right?
It's a completely different song. Yeah. It's got it almost disappointed me that they turned it into an acoustic song to put on paper mache, because like I love that like poppy element it had to it that Joey puts on a lot of his stuff, because like Joey's at heart a pop artist,
yeah.
And I would like that to come out a little more, because it would be interesting if King Giz put out an album that sounded something like Tame Impala, or like just with that like poppier sound. It would be interesting, and it's definitely within their abilities. So yeah, I love Dirt for that reason. Like it was a cool pop song.
Dude, let's hope that no one is doing a drinking game every time we say take a shot.
Yeah, they'd be fucked because this is already one of the longer episodes. Yeah, we've been going for like an hour 20 minutes, hour 10 minutes.
All right, so what's on my topic list? Let's see.
Let's get back to this.
Yeah. This COVID thing, right? It's a bit annoying for a Czech, right? Because when the lockdown started in spring, we were like the best. We were like the best one to do it, right? We were like the textbook example. Now come October, it's like, oh no, the number of infected is rising. What do we do? I don't know. Close half of the schools, but make them go to school anyway and to jobs and crowded places. But they will wear a mask. So they wear a mask. The infected is rising up. It's rising up. What do we do? Let's take kids. Let's take kids at home. Right? Kids are at home. They only go to school for like practice. Like if you're a photographer, you go doing shoots. You go shooting pictures, right? And stuff like that. And the number again was rising up. So they said, "Fuck it, lockdown." Guess what? Rising up. And now the amount of infected population per percentage is larger here than in the US. So we are the number one most rising nation.
Well, shit. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah. I guess that makes sense though, because like it's a way smaller country.
Yeah, our population is like 17 million or something like that.
Yeah,
but
and you guys are like closer together.
The main thing I wanted to talk to you about is that as kids we don't watch the news, right?
Yeah,
we could care less about the news. So there's this great guy in Congress, and he's this guy like he's like a superhero. It's a guy with an afro, And yeah, he's in the Congress, and he always tells us with the yellow exclamation point, lockdown, stay home.
This is a congressman in the Czech Republic?
Yes, a congressman in the Czech Republic who gives advice to teenagers and youngsters like us.
With he uses the exclamation point.
It's all on Instagram. It's all on Instagram. At Choco Afro.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's that's amusing. I mean, like, at this point with the lockdown, I get it, but at the same time, it's like I really need shit to start opening up again, because like this just is not good for people's mental health and everything. And like some states here are open. Like I went to Arizona a couple weeks ago to do stand-up comedy, and
here is everything closed, by the way. Everything is closed.
Yeah,
like we can't leave the country or anything. They are thinking of closing the cities too.
Yeah, that I mean, it's just insane.
It's bad.
But I mean, whatever happens at this point. I'm no longer emotionally invested because it's just like it's an impossible situation.
Oh, it's a relatable topic.
But yeah, let's get back to King Giz, because I started the podcast to like get away from all the real shit.
Sorry about the political stuff. I was saying to myself before we stop, no politics, no racists, no religions. That's one down.
Yep. Cool. Well,
All right. Speaking of Giz, what's the deal with Master of the Universe? What the fuck? What is that?
Oh, like, dude.
In one of the live sets, they play Before Robots Stop, Master of the Universe. What's that? I have no idea. I'm here to listen to King Gizzard.
Oh, well, I mean, because
I'm just.
Well, because the thing was that. Well, yeah. So like Master of the Universe, that was a Hawkwind song, and Stu was like really into them around the time that he started making Nonagon. So that's I think he was probably listening, to that album, a lot. And I mean, because like I listened to that album a lot, and then after listening to it while I was on acid, I totally understood how Stu wrote Nonagon, because like it seems pretty derivative, and yeah. So like I think it was just he was paying homage to
Again,
to them.
This is out of my knowledge. I'm too not knowledgeable for this stuff. So,
yeah. No, but it's a really cool thing, because like Hawkwind was they were the first ever space rock band, and so it's just cool how Stu decided to incorporate them into his universe, the Gizzverse.
Right.
But anyway, I think we should probably wrap up soon, because I'm losing my voice. And so before I let you go, let's just pick one more thing Giz related that you've been thinking about.
I would talk since I am a creator, an artist. We should talk about my stuff, right?
Yeah.
Since that's the reason I'm here, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you did the Lego Anoxia earlier, and
I just posted that. Then I did some other Lego Gizzard stuff, like I did Sam Cherry, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, let me go. Yeah, here he was him. There's the horse, there's the leg, and there was a random outlaw dead, stuff like that, right? And this is that's how I see the songs,
yeah.
right? I see them in some way, and then I'm gonna try to recreate them with stuff like this, right? And he was fishing for fishies, and that was a great success. And yeah, and you can see it's a total recreation of the artwork.
Yeah. That's such a cool thing. Like I love how you got the fire in there.
Yeah. And in the background there's a gator too. Just like I said, stuff like this. And I also did Altered Beast. And yeah.
Oh, sick.
What else do I have here? I could show some not Giz related photos I have on Instagram, right? At Frog the Quitter, something like that. So yeah, this is something, and yeah.
So this one that you have up right now, is this Side Boogie?
This is not a Giz related. This is
just
a photo about a guy abducted by aliens.
Oh yeah, I see
that. Just like this. I like to tell stories, this silly stories, but the thing is, it's all connected.
Yeah, I fucking love that, dude.
Yeah, like this one. This is the Anaxia one, right? I did an homage to this one. Oh no, I paid homage to an older ones because this is the same place that one of my other photos was based in, which is part of a series that there also are Easter eggs to other photos. It's like it's connected. It's all connected. It's like Gizzverse, but a coincidence.
Yeah, I fucking love that. And if you got a good imagination, like you can find ways to, connect that. Like basically that became an extension of the Gizzverse, Now
I feel like a massive egoist.
Yeah. Oh, but that's what podcasts are all about. Satan the ego. Anyway, man, dude, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And I hope shit gets better in the Czech Republic, sooner than later. Hope Giz, is able to tour there. But
I hope we're gonna talk some other time because we still have to finish that ranking.
I mean, I'm definitely down to talk another time. I think the ranking is kind of a moot point, It's
like a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Anyway, man, thank you so much for coming on, and
appreciate
have a good night.
You too, man.